Hello students, welcome back to Kiran's English Hub. So we are continuing with the grammar part of 6th class English. In this video, I am going to teach you the next unit grammar, that is unit 6. Okay. So let us go through the readings first. Okay, we had already gone through the readings. You can see these videos. You can watch the explanations of these lessons in the 6th class playlist. We had completed this whole A, B, C and reading, and we will look at the grammar that we have in reading A. Okay, in this video. After that, if we see like if any grammar part is there in reading B and C, we will go through that. Okay. So if you look at this, we have vocabulary exercises here. Roman number 1. Circle the correct meaning of the words as used in the story shown in bold print. You have to get the meanings, correct meanings of the words which are here. Okay, these are the words which you already have in the text in the lesson. Now you have three options for each of these words and you have to get the correct options. Okay, see here, look at the first one. Idled away. Okay, idle away in the sense to waste some time. Like idle away the time means to waste the time. Okay, so that is the first option that you have. Wasted, rested, admired. In these three, wasted is the meaningful answer. Next, constant. Constant in the sense, continuously for very long time. Like we see some kids, they play constantly. Constantly means continuously. That is the first answer again. Next, companion. Okay, you have companions in your school area. You have companions in your business. You have companions in your games. Okay, companion means, look at the options given: dog, stranger, partner. Okay, so companion cannot be a stranger. Stranger means unknown person, we do not know that person. Okay, so that person cannot be as a companion. So only a partner in anything, it can be business, it can be any work, he is called as companion. So for the highlighted word, the correct answer is partner. Next, realize. Realize is to get to know some things. Realize the things, realize the mistakes. That means I understood my mistake, I came to know about my mistake. Okay, that is the meaning for the word realize. Okay, so here you have three options: understand, to set free, real. The correct option here is understand. Realize is to understand. Next one, descend. Options you have here are not to send, be decent, move, to move down. Okay, descend the building, descend the mountain in the sense to get down from the top of the mountain. That is to move down. So the correct meaning of the word descend is to move down. Next one, barrel. Okay, see, in the story we had a barrel which contained of the wine. Okay, barrel is nothing but this one. I will show you in the picture. Okay, see, this is the barrel. Okay, which is made of wood. This was filled with the wine, so that is called as barrel. So if you look at the options here, barrel, a wooden container, a musical instrument, a bag. Which is correct? A wooden container, as we can see in the picture. We can store some liquids in that. Next, contents. Contents is to be happy, the ingredients, the index of a book. Okay, contents is the noun form, content is also there, that is verb form. In this, contents is nothing but the index of a book, or sometimes contents also means the ingredients. Okay, either of that is meaningful. Next one, look at Roman 2 here. Match the words in the box with their meanings. Write the words in the blanks. You may take the help of dictionary. Now you have some sentences here, 5 sentences. You have to get the meanings of these sentences in single word. Okay, look at the first one. Near the lower part of mountain. Near the lower part of the mountain, that is called as foothill. Okay, foothill, that means the lower part of any mountain or any hill station, that is called as foothills. Next one, with gray hair. Okay, with gray hair. Gray, the color of the hair, if it is gray, that is called as grizzled hair. Grizzled hair is something which is gray hair, kind of dry hair. Next one, to rub gently, rubbing gently, rubbing on the hand. Okay, that is called as stroking. See, we pet the dogs, we pet the cats on their heads. Yes or no? That is called as stroking, rubbing their heads. Next, to be surprised, astonished is the meaning for the group of words here. That is to be surprised. Surprised means you are astonished, you are shocked. Okay, kind of sudden surprise. Next, known to you, familiar to you. Known, familiar person in the sense a person, who is known by you. He is called as familiar person. Okay. Next one, sometimes we join two or more words to make a describing word. For example, Rip was a good natured man. Here are some more describing words. Use them to complete the given paragraph. Okay. See, describing words in the sense, my dear students, these are all adjectives. These are all adjectives. Okay. So, you have to find the suitable place for these adjectives. You already have adjectives here in the box. You can see them. So, you have to fill them in this paragraph given. Okay. Look at this paragraph here. Mrs. Das has a dash job in the clothes shop. Okay. Long sleeve job, high heel job, open mouth job, sweet looking job, well dressed job, odd looking job, part time job. We have jobs which are both part time and full time. Part time jobs, full time jobs. So here, part time job is the correct one. So here, first blank you have to fill it with part time job. Next. Yesterday, and dash woman walked into the shop. My dear students, I will give you one important indicator here. That indicator is article an. So if at all you find article an, after article an, whatever the word that comes, that must be starting with vowel sound. Okay, so the vowel sound that you can see here is O. That is the vowel sound. We have some more options here. One is, see here, see, one is open mouth, that is vowel sound. Another one is odd looking. So which one can you use here? You cannot say an open mouth woman walked into the shop. That means somebody who has opened their mouth and directly was walking into the shop. So that is not meaningful one. You have to go for the odd looking. Odd looking in the sense like looking differently, not like common personality, but kind of different personality. Okay. Next one. She was wearing dash shoes. She was wearing dash shoes. Okay, shoes can be high heel shoes, lower heel shoes. Okay, that is the second option. We can fill it here. Next, a dash dog with her. Okay, a dash dog with her. We have to go with the compound adjective, which is one option is sweet looking, another one is long sleeved dog we cannot say. Next, open mouth dog maybe there, well dressed dog cannot be there. So only dogs can be sweet looking. We can go with the fourth word here. Next, a sweet looking dog was with her. I want a dash shirt for my dog, please, she said. Okay, so now this lady came and she was asking for a shirt for my dog, for her dog. What type of shirt she needs? She needs a shirt which is long sleeved. Long sleeved in the sense the shirt should have long sleeves. Next, for your dog? Asked Mrs. Dash in surprise. When you get surprised, my dear students, what do? You open your mouth. So you open your mouth in surprise. So here you can go with open mouth in surprise. Yes, replied the woman. I want him to be well dressed for my next party. Okay, I want him to be well dressed in the sense, want him in the sense, want the dog to be well dressed for the next party. Okay, let us read all these sentences together. Mrs. Das has a part-time job in a clothes shop. Yesterday, an odd-looking woman walked into the shop. She was wearing high-heeled shoes. A sweet-looking dog was with her. I want long-sleeved shirt for my dog, please, she said. For your dog? Asked Mrs. Das, open-mouthed in surprise. Yes, replied the woman. I want him to be well dressed for my next party. So all of the options are perfectly suitable. Next. Next one for the grammar part, we have active voice and passive voice. So I hope you learned what was active voice and what was passive voice in your classrooms. Your teachers might have taught you. Okay, so here I'm not going to go through all this explanation here. I will just take you through the exercises. Okay, look at this one. Read the following passage and underline all the verbs in the passive voice. Okay, how to get all the verbs in the passive voice. Let us see what are there. See, look at this. We watched a film and returned home late yesterday. Watched the film, returned home. Sentence is in active voice. We unlocked the door and entered our apartment. Till here it is in active voice. We were shocked. This sentence is in passive voice. Were plus v3. So here shocked is in the passive voice. That is one word you can underline. Next, clothes were thrown. Were plus v3 again. Thrown can be again another passive voice. The cupboard was opened. Was plus v3 again. That is also passive voice verb. Next, and my three new suits were missing. Were plus v4 can be used here. Okay, that you can go with the active voice. You need not to go with the verb missing. That is active voice only. The handle of the iron safe was broken. Was plus v3 again. That is again passive voice. We were surprised. Were plus v3 again. That is also passive voice. At how anyone could have got in when the door was locked. This is again passive voice here. My wife found. This is active voice. Okay, my wife found that the back door was left open. Evidently we had forgotten. Had plus v3. This is again active voice. We need not to underline it. Okay, no underlining. Had to close it when we left the house. An inventory of the missing property was prepared. Was plus v3 again passive voice. And a complaint was lodged. Again lodged is passive voice again. With the town police station, my wife and I were taught the lesson of our life. Again taught is here passive voice. Okay, so how many passive voice verbs you have here? You have first one is shocked, second one is thrown, third one is opened, next fourth one is surprised, fifth one is broken, another one is locked, one more left is also passive voice here. Was plus left. Next, had forgotten is not active voice. That is not passive voice. That is active voice. You did not to underline it. Next, was prepared. This is again passive voice. Was lodged is passive voice. Next, were thought is also passive voice. So totally 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 passive voice verbs are there. Okay, next. Change the following sentences into their corresponding passive forms. Okay, you have to change them into corresponding passive forms. Okay, for your comfort, I have already given the answers here because I am unable to write, this much lengthy sentences on the screen. So that's why I have directly given you the answers here. Okay, let us look at the sentences here. I will give you shortcuts. Okay, let us look at the shortcuts. Rip Van Winkle, this is a subject. Helped the short man. Helped is the verb. The short man is the object. So in passive voice, you have to change, you have to shuffle both this subject, object to subject and subject to object. So when you change that, what is the sentence that you will get? The answer will start with the short man, and since the sentence is in verb form 2. That means the sentence is in simple past tense. You should know the tenses here. So when these type of V2 sentence are there, when you change that V2 sentences into passive voice, you will get the structure of was or were plus V3. Okay, so can you see here was helped? Okay, so was plus V3. Okay, got it. So we have changed both subject and object. So when we change subject and object, we would get the short man. After that, was helped. Subject becomes object here by Rip Van Winkle. Okay, next one. The short men were playing 9 pins. See, were plus V4 here. Were playing means this is in the past continuous. When you have were playing kind of past continuous sentences, if you change those sentences into passive voice, you will get the structure of was or were plus being plus V3. Okay, was or were plus being plus V3. See here, if you look at this sentence here, 9 pins will become the subject when you change the sentence into passive voice. So 9 pins, singular or plural? Singular. So you have to go with was. We have two options, was or were. So 9 pins was, being is also added along with the continuous form in passive voice. V3 played by whom? By the short man. So 9 pins was being played by the short man. Next. Rip tells stories to children. What is the subject here? Rip. Verb is tells stories, or you can even go with the both objects here. You can consider children here. So children will be the direct object, stories is indirect objects. Okay, he tells to whom. Okay, so that becomes the direct object. So you have to consider the direct object here, children. Okay, so when you change verb form one sentence here, this is tells, that is V1. When you change V1 into passive form, you will get is or are plus V3. Okay, so look at this now. Children are told stories by Rip. Okay, or you can also say stories are told to children by Rip. Either of the sentence is correct. Okay, now look at the next one. Rip has taught games. Rip has taught games. This is a sentence just like the first one. Okay, this is V2. Okay, do you remember the structure that I had given you just before? You should remember. So when you change this into passive voice, you will get was or were plus V3. So Rip is, see, the sentence is in not past tense, the sentence is in the present perfect tense. Okay, because here you can see the combination of has plus V3, has taught. Okay, when you change that into passive voice, you will get the structure as has or have plus been plus V3. Okay, now look at this. Notice the structure. Okay, have or has plus been plus V3. Now Rip is the subject that will change into object. Has thought is the verb and helping verb. Games is the object. So in the passive voice, games must be the subject. So games have or has. Games is plural, so you have to use have. Games have been taught, remains taught, that is V3. By whom? By Rip. So Rip has taught games. Games have been taught by Rip. Next one. The children liked Rip. The children is the subject. Liked is verb. Rip is object. This is just like the first sentence here. Okay, so Rip will become the subject here. So this is in the past. So you will get was or were plus V3. So was is already there. So because Rip is singular. Okay. So was liked is V3 by whom? By the children. So the children liked Rip. Rip was liked by the children. Next. Nobody recognized Rip. Nobody is the subject here. Recognized is V2. Rip is the object. So object becomes a subject here, Rip. Recognized is V2, that changes into was. Okay. Nobody, that is negative. That's why we are using not here. Rip was not. Recognized by anybody. Okay, nobody changes into anybody because the sentence is in the negative form. Okay, right. Next one, adverbs of frequency. This is revision. Okay, you had adverbs in your previous lesson. Once go through that. Given below are the students' response to the question, how often do you walk to school? Read them carefully and write the names of the students in order, starting with the student who walks to the school most often. So here, these are all the answers given by the students. What is the question? How often do you walk to school? Okay, that means how rarely do you walk to school? Okay, so these are the answers. So in these answers, we have to arrange the names of the students in an order that who walks to the school the most. That means who always walks to the school. So in an order, we have to arrange it, right? Look at this. I don't usually walk. Don't usually walk in the sense almost, like never. Look at the next one. I never walk to school. Never in the sense I don't at all walk. I always come by car. I live very far. So this is obviously the last sentence. Okay, upper O can be the last one because he never walks. Next, I don't usually walk to school. Okay, I always walk to school. This will become the first one. He always walks to school. That is the first person. Next one, I usually walk to school. Usually in the sense now and then. Okay, sometimes in the sense rarely. Sometimes in the sense rarely. So usually comes in the second place and sometimes comes in the third place. That is Krishnamurti. Next one, the only remaining one is Narsimhamurti. Murthy. I don't usually walk to school. I often go on a cycle. That means sometimes he goes on cycle, sometimes he goes on walk. So that is the fourth one. This is the order of the names here. Next, write as many sentences as you can about yourself using the following adverbs of frequency. So here you have adverbs of frequency: always, frequently, usually, often, sometimes, rarely. These are all the adverbs of frequency. So using them you have to write some of the sentences. You may talk about how often you do all these things. Okay, all these actions. How often you play, how often you go to bed, how often you fuss over food, how often you study hard. Okay, for example, here we can see I often play in the park. Okay, so you can write so many sentences. Just for the example sake, I had given you few sentences here using the above adverbs of frequency. Look at the first one. I play in the park. Okay, play in the park, so we have to use any one adverbs here. Let us say I usually play in the park. That means that is my habit. So what is the adverbs of frequency here? That is usually. Next, I go to bed late. I sometimes go to bed late because I watch movies. Okay, sometimes is the adverbs of frequency. Next one, fuss over the food. Fuss in the sense complaining. When mom doesn't cook your favorite dish, you complain. That is called as fuss over food. So here I rarely fuss over food. That means I rarely complain about the food. Next, study hard. I always study hard. Okay, so in these sentences, usually, sometimes, rarely, always, these are all the adverbs of frequency. Okay, next one, editing. Read the following passage. There is an error in each sentence. Identify and edit it. Let us find the error. Okay, it were a hot summer day. We are speaking about the last summer. So it is followed by what? Can you use were along with it? No, we have to say it was a hot summer day. Next, many animal. Many is the word which is used with plural. So not animal. You should have animals, plural word. Many animals of the forest assembled in and near the pond. All of them were relaxing and talk. See, relaxing is verb form 4, talk is verb form 1. So when you are combining these verb forms with and, okay, and is the conjunction. So when you are combining with that, both of these verbs must be of the same category. So both of them must be V4. So all of them were relaxing and talking. Just then, you have two thens, THEN and THEN. an, two thens are there. Then in the sense like right after that. So here you cannot use THEN, that is wrong. You have to go with THAN. A crow came flying and sat to a branch. Sat to a branch or sat on a branch? Okay, sat on a branch. Preposition error. Next, an rabbit saw or a rabbit saw. You cannot use an rabbit. After an, you should have the word which starts with article sound. So, sorry, vowel sound. So here, a rabbit you would say. A rabbit saw it. That's it. Not an rabbit saw it. Next, you have some writing exercise that you will do in your classroom. Next, you have study skills. This is discourse. So look at the picture and read the details given below. That will be taught by your teachers there. Okay. Next, you have listening and speaking. That is the um, activity that you have, the story which you have at the end. Next, oral activity. This is classroom exercise. You have to speak about different experiences, and this is the poem you had. Next, glossary is there. You have to go through the glossary here. Okay. Next one, directly Gulliver's Travel. You do not have any grammar part in this. Only questions are given. Okay, students. So here we are done with the grammar part of 6th unit, and in the next class, that means in the next video, we'll go through another unit grammar, that is unit 7. Okay, so this we will do in the next video. And before you could leave, do not forget that all of the 1 2 3 4 5, now we have completed 6. Okay, so all of these videos are already uploaded in the playlist, so we have to go through the playlist there and you can watch all of the videos, right? So see you all in the next video. Do not forget to share this video to your friends and subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon to get the further notifications. Thank you for watching. See you all in the next video.